It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony alongside, I'm Kevin Harlan at the table. And from the sidelines, it's our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. So RJ, this is exactly how you want to end the season, right? Both of these teams fighting for playoff position.
It's amazing how after an entire season of games, your seeding can be determined tonight. Shows you how close things are in the NBA at any given moment.
So with Wade on the bench, this is who Kenny Atkinson has out there. A loaded backcourt. It's Garland and Mitchell. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. And it's Strus in at the small forward. And so it's the Cavaliers getting on the board first. The shot by Williams, no good. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It goes on Cody Williams. So, Richard, when you look at Max Strus, what does he provide for this team?
Well, one, he's battle-tested, Kevin. He's a fearless shooter, and he's a guy that can get on a roll and hit clutch shots.
The first one falls. And Greg, the Cavaliers in recent years establishing a defensive identity.
They do a great job of locking down the paint, Kevin, forcing teams to shoot over the top and just vacuuming up those misses.
Here's Kessler. Clock at 6. Williams for three. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. And so Garland will bring it up for Cleveland. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Well, they weren't fighting through screens. Their closeouts and rotations were late. You name it, and let's just say they didn't do it on defense.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. Darius Garland missing his last shot. Strus in the corner. Pass to Garland. Mitchell outside. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Garland, no good. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Kessler a screen on Strus. It's stolen by Strus. At the elbow, it's Allen. Stolen by Kessler. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got 5 now.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. Looking for a breather. And maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Sam Merrill. He's checked in for Garland. And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. They trail by 1. Mitchell against Sexton. The shot by Mitchell, no good. Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to Boston.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Well, we'll see how they respond after that weak performance. It should tell us a lot about their character as a team.
Strus kicks to Allen. Cleveland moving it around. Here's Mobley. Hands it from downtown.
This is something that Mobley is still developing, but nice to see him take a confident shot from the arc.
Outside Williams. Sexton with the screen for Williams. Off target from outside. A 3 from Strus. Rebounded by the Jazz. And the foul called on Isaiah Collier. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Pass to Merrill. Screen by Allen. From outside, off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And that's good from Sexton on the assist by Williams.
You know, beautiful move there by Sexton. Read the defender and has the body control to adjust.
Mitchell passes to Mobley. And here's Strus. just 5 on the clock. Mobley finds Strus. Drills the three-pointer. Strus has got 7 points in the game.
Proving how coachable he is. Mobley, this man is building a pretty decent passing game.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Clarkson, he's checked in for Williams. Right now, let's check out the standings in the Eastern Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. You look at the Cavaliers. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time, sitting in first place right now and not looking like they, are going to be slowing down at all.
Well, I think for Cleveland, with the regular season they've enjoyed, it has to be wondered at this point if they're the team to beat this postseason.
Pass to Kessler. They set the pick. Takes it inside. Sexton for 3. Drops in the tray. He has 5.
And it's important Sexton makes those. The more he hits from outside, the more the floor will open up.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Cleveland making a change here. Hunter's checked in. This break gives us the chance to see which teams have been the most successful in the transition game this month. Second, the Cavaliers.
I mean, it's about the pace they've played with here offensively. They don't look like they're showing any signs of slowing down. And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Had enough room to finish, and that's one he'll usually make.
Wound up there for Allen, and stolen by Sexton. Pass to Filipowski. Kessler, screen on Hunter. Poked away. Kessler passes to Clarkson. Beyond the arc. Outside for Sexton. Here's the screen. And it's good off the back rim and in. Sexton's got 7.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Sexton against Mobley. Carries it from 3-point range. Mobley's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Cleveland.
That's just crazy to me. Guys like Evan Mobley that are 7-footers, they are entering into the league right now with a nice jumper.
Fires for 3. The shot by Sexton, no good. For Cleveland, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Hunter kicks to Strus. Back to Hunter. Pass to Merrill. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Sexton for 3. Sexton can't get that one to drop. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What you got for us, DA?
Thanks, Kevin. Now, Will Hardy talked to me a little while ago. So for much of the brief time I had with him, he was talking about Evan Mobley. He said this kid is not a kid. This is a mature big man who affects all aspects of the game at both ends. But in particular, he's worried about Mobley's defensive presence and his ability to guard every position on the floor. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
You know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah, they went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton-Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic Bulls. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
Here's Jerome. Right now, he's averaging 11 points a game. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Richard, what's an element of the Cleveland Cavaliers team that you really appreciate?
How about their defensive efforts, Kevin? That's what impresses me the most. This squad does a good job of putting pressure on shooters and scraping that glass after a contest.
First one falls for him. And the Jazz with some changes. Juzang's checked in. And it's Keontae George in for Collier. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Well, Greg, over the last few seasons, one area of consistency for the Jazz has been their rebounding.
Yeah, and they have some size, and they make controlling the boards a focal point. When you're playing Utah, you better be ready to put a body on somebody.
The Jazz have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And both free throws good for Clarkson.
Now, he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
Merrill with the ball. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
Shots good by Sensabaugh.
He's good enough where it takes a lot to bother him at the rim like that.
Wade a screen on George. Here's Jerome. Plenty of room around him, and it's good. And the Cavaliers lead by 3. And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He wants to talk to his guys.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity to get your group together and make sure everyone is on the same page.
The Jazz making a switch here. Springer's checked in. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for DeAndre Hunter.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Here's Jerome. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor. Jazz trailed by 5. Now George. He has yet to score. It's good.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Here's Merrill. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Sensabaugh. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they need to emphasize rebounding going forward.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
George passes to Martin. Outside, George. Martin with the screen for George. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Merrill passes to Jerome. Thompson outside. Pass to Hunter for the 3. They get it again. Thompson with the bucket. And the Cavaliers lead by 6.
This is what Thompson does best. His aggressiveness on the boards is what makes him a valuable player.
Here's Springer. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
How do you stop a good fadeaway jumper? That's a trick question. You don't.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Merrill. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's George. And it's Wade with the rebound. Merrill passes to Jerome. Shoots from the elbow. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
That's the play that pumps up the whole team, and they'll try to carry that energy into the next period.
And so it's Cleveland with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. From beyond the arc, they've been absolutely tremendous. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Their points came almost exclusively from beyond the arc, and as this game continues, that should open up the floor for the rest of their offense.
Here's Sexton. He's coming off a 28-point game against Boston.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
So with Wade on the bench, this is who Kenny Atkinson has out there. We've got Isaac Okoro. Jared Allen is out there with DeAndre Hunter. Then it's Sam Merrill. And it's Jerome, and it's the point.
One shot.
And that one misses. And Greg, you talk about toughness, the compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
Here's Sexton. After the Cavaliers pick up 3. To the middle, here's Filipowski. Rebounded by Allen.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss. Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Here's Filipowski. Back to George. Hunter with some nice defense. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Here's Jerome. 14 points for him. Allen with the ball. And it's Clarkson picking him up. Pass to Merrill. And a great assist by Allen as that one goes in.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Sexton deciding where to go with it. Clarkson for 3. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Clarkson's got 5 points so far. High post Allen. Filipowski grabs the board. Jazz trail by 10 to the inside. Here's George. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Merrill finds Allen. The shot. Merrill can't hit.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Sexton the pass to Clarkson. Here's Collier. Outside for Sexton. Deep 2 from Clarkson. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Pass to Allen. Allen, a screen on George. Merrill gets the bucket. Merrill's got 9 points in the quarter.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Different look now for Cleveland. Porter's checked in for Jared Allen. Evan Mobley comes in for DeAndre Hunter. And it's Garland in for Ty Jerome. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Clarkson outside, and he's good on the three ball. Clarkson's got 6 here in this quarter.
After failing to knock down anything from deep in the first quarter, he's got 2 to go here in the second.
Jazz trailed by 8. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Part of what makes Clarkson a threat on every possession, he can do it inside, outside, anywhere on the floor.
Taking 2 shots. Super 2.
He throw good, Clarkson.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a bit, Clarkson tightened up his game, and now he is a key factor in what this team does.
That one misses.
And this is part of the reason they're down. The free throw line has not been kind to them this quarter.
A 3 from Garland. And another 3 for Cleveland.
And this is tough to stop if you're the defense. They have just gotten locked in from three-point range this quarter.
Pass to Collier. The Jazz with another miss. The Cavaliers leading by 10. And one thing we see from Isaac Okoro almost every night, Richard, his defense is spot on.
Yeah, he's shutting down some of the top guys. This team feels like he's one of the best on-ball defenders in the league. And as a bonus, his offensive game is starting to come around.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Darius Garland, the son of former NBA player Winston Garland, said that he was a sponge growing up listening to his dad. He hung on every word about playing point guard. Darius says, I learned the little things much quicker. He taught me at a young age to change gears to keep defenders off balance. Kevin?
And he's doing it. I love the tricks of the trade you just talked about. Thank you so much. Trains the three-pointer. Clarkson's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Jazz.
And things starting to click from three-point land. Nothing in the first quarter, but he's hit 3 triples here in the second.
Utah's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. George dishes to Clarkson. Pass to Sensabaugh. 5 to shoot. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Cleveland. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. They get to take on the Blazers at Portland after this one. And that's the final game of this 5-game road run for the team. Now, here's Mobley. He has 6.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of body there to cover. Mobley using that to his advantage.
Since his first day in the league, Richard, Evan Mobley has been an elite defender.
And that's why he's been compared to Hall of Famers like Kevin Garnett. But we still need to see him develop the offensive end for those comparisons to be fair.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Dean Wade, he's checked in for Garland. And Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Sam Merrill.
One look at Evan Mobley, and you can see he is built for this position. The height, the length, he's got all the physical gifts that a power forward could ask for.
Here's Juzang. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game, and George gets it to go.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Now, here's Mitchell. 9-point game.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. With a break in the action, let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These squads have been lights out this month. Second, the Cavaliers.
I just love their offensive flow lately. I mean, this is a dominant team offensively because of that rhythm and pace.
That free throw good from George.
Name a type of shot Keontae George can hit it. More than capable of scoring at all 3 levels.
And George drops them both. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Cavaliers. They lead by 7. From the arc, that shot is off. Jazz have gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter, up over 50%. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers for Mobley. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. He's putting up about 17 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. Guys, he's a difference maker off the bench. Steps into that front court and more than holds his own.
He gives them a jolt of energy down low every time he comes into the game. That's something any coach loves to have. Well, here in the second quarter, he's starting to dial up his aggressiveness as far as working himself to the free throw line.
The Jazz making a switch here. Filipowski's checked in. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Max Strus is checked in for a Okoro. Now, here's Porter. Mobley looking it over. Lays it up and banks it in. Mobley's got 5 points in the quarter.
Adept at fending off aggressive coverage. Mobley already looking like a vet out there.
Pass to Filipowski. Mobley with the block. And he's able to get it back. Just 5 to shoot. George, that's a 2-pointer. And it's good with time running down in the shot clock. George has got 11 points.
And he has been on fire this quarter in terms of his scoring. Hopefully that fire spreads to his other guys and they can rally.
Here's the break. Pass to Juzang. Fires away from way outside. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Finding and taking those opportunities. Mobley does a good job of not passing up that good mid-range shot.
To the paint. Here's Filipowski. Mobley with the block. Strus in the corner. Porter against George. Mitchell. Good, and a nice assist from Porter. And now a 9-point Cavalier lead.
Whether he's initiating the offense or playing off the ball, Mitchell is equally effective.
Strus against George. Here's Juzang. The Jazz again can't hit it.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Here's Mobley, 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
And this game belongs to Mobley so far, just doing it all on the offensive end.
Pass to Martin. Jazz passing it around. And finished off by Martin.
While he's a bit undersized for a forward, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
Wade sets the pick for Mitchell. Rebounded by the Jazz. Sensabaugh's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Back to Martin. And finished off by Martin.
Nice feed inside, saw the play develop and hit him right when he needed to.
Wade outside. Here's Mobley, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
The chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight.
76% on the season from the foul line.
Sexton, he's checked in for Utah. Then for the Cavaliers, Allen comes in for Dean Wade, and it's Garland in for Porter. Free throw, no good for Mobley.
And to me, Evan Mobley seems like a fast learner. He adapted to the league play pretty seamlessly and is always looking for little ways to improve.
Now, here's Strus. His last outing, he had 8 points. The shot by Mitchell, no good.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Martin against Strus. Down low. Kicks it out to Garland. It's good from long range. Garland's got 8 points.
And this is how you can tell Garland's been in the lab. This shot, he just shoots with confidence.
That one goes. Count it.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Outside Garland. Pass to Mobley. Evan Mobley getting it done for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the blocks just kept on coming for him. He's playing some fantastic D. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Hello and welcome. First up, folks, let's take a moment to see how things are shaking down in the Rookie of the Year race.
We're in the home stretch. I don't know if I call these guys rookies now.
Yeah, and we have some pressure-filled games coming up. In addition to everything else, we'll see who has that clutch gene. Now, looking at where we stand after 2 quarters, it has been a difficult game for the Jazz.
They've been shot out of the gym. Even when they do extend their defense, it doesn't matter. I don't know what the remedy is. I got 3 words for you. Elbow sandwich.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Evan Mobley has been sensational.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look they wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
Jazz trailed by 10. Colin Sexton is out there with Collier. Then it's Williams. Then there's Walker Kessler. And it's Filipowski in at the 4-man position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Shot clock at 6. Williams' shot is off. Cavaliers shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. And here's Mitchell from the arc. The rebound by Collier. Utah has gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Garland finds Mitchell. Pass to Mobley. Count it. And he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
From the moment Mobley stepped into this league, Evan has been an impact player. Another huge night for him.
Kessler screen on Mitchell. The shot by Sexton, no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
They get a hand on it. Pass to Strus. Here's Mitchell from downtown. Rebound by Williams.
frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Back to Sexton. Kessler setting the pick for Sexton. Missed inside.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Mitchell outside. Mobley a screen on Kessler. And Mitchell gets it to go.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Here's Collier. Kessler a screen on Garland. And now we go to our rookie leaderboard to get a check on the players at the top of the freshman class in assists over the last 10 games. And you look at Collier, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists.
And the assist numbers the past few weeks have shown how well he's fitting in chemistry-wise for this team.
That's good from Kessler. And Kessler drops them both. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Mobley outside. Cleveland moving it around. The 11-footer, Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Filipowski. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Got that one to go. Okay, now 1 for 4 to start the second half.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And so far this season, it's been average at best at the line, only 71% as a shooter.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Sensabaugh is checked in, and it's Jordan Clarkson in for Colin Sexton. That's good from Filipowski. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Pass to Strus. Another 3 for Cleveland.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
To check out the stats for George. He's getting around 16 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
He's someone you can rely on to bring it on a nightly basis. When they need a basket, he's the guy they turn to.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And here's George for 3. Nailed from three-point land. George has got 16.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Garland the pass to Mobley. Not loose. Stolen by Kessler. George looking around. Pass to Clarkson. Here's Filipowski. Shot clock at 5. Shoots. A shot by Clarkson, no good.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
Jazz trailed by 12. Clarkson outside. George against Mitchell. And George kicks to Clarkson. They set the pick. Puts up a deep 3. The Cavaliers pull it in. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Richard, something amazing about Donovan Mitchell. He averages over 20 points per game every single season.
Yeah, he is just a natural, talented scorer. He beats you in so many different ways. What I like most about his numbers, they go up in the postseason.
Utah with the ball after the missed 3 from Evan Mobley. Back to George. A 3-ball. Jared Allen grabs the miss. Allen's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Strus in the corner. Back to Mitchell. Mobley a screen. Connects again from distance.
And that last three now ties him for the franchise record for most in a season. You know he's looking for that next one.
You talk about being locked in all year long. Next one sets the franchise record. What a season it's been for him. On the top of the key, add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10. The Cavaliers leading by 13.
Timeout.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Get ready, everyone. You see yourself on the screen and you show us your best move. Let's go. You have the camera on you.
For the Cavaliers, Javonte Green. He's checked in for Mobley. Okoro comes in for Max Strus. And Porter subbed in for Mitchell. Now here's Porter. Pass to Okoro. Green with the ball. 6 to shoot. Now here's Allen. And they double up Allen. No good there off the double clutch. Martin the pass to Clarkson. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. As we close into the start of the playoffs, let's see how the West is stacking up. Look at Utah. It hasn't been a great season for them. We may see some changes in the offseason.
Right now for the Jazz, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
Yeah, it's frustrating everyone, the players, the coaches, the fan. There was this idea that they might struggle, but I think the reality is starting to set in.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, improving dialogue between players and officials is a priority. Commissioner Silver says, now with high-fidelity audio, we're all able to hear a lot of what's being said. Now we have to take into account the high-stress environment. But there has to be a two-way sense of respect. I feel it's an area where we can make progress. Kevin?
Well, you know, the commissioner's always looking ahead and looking at every area, which is great for the game. Now here's Allen. Cavaliers moving the ball around. Shot from the top of the key. Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes, spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
And something else that stands out is how efficient they've been from the mid-range, making the most of their opportunities.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Pass to Merrill. And here is Okoro. Hunter dishes to Wade. No good on the triple.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Clarkson. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Merrill. He's got 12. Pass to Jerome. Launches it. And the rebound goes to Martin. Jazz trailed by 13. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And we've got a moment now to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Walker Kessler.
And the rebounding contributions have been on the uptick over the last few months. He's definitely appeared to have made a concerted effort to really impact the game more and more with his work on the backboard.
And he can't get the first one. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for the Jazz. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
It's not often you see him fail to deliver at the line like this.
He gets it in there. Merrill's got 14 points for the game.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Yeah, you'd love to see a little bit more fire on defense. Shoot, any fire on defense. They can't just be giving the game away.
Here's Clarkson. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
The man is a microwave. This team loves Clarkson's take-charge attitude when it comes to scoring.
Now, here's Okoro. He averages about 5 points a game. Here's Merrill. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. 16 points for him.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan. His three-point shooting kind of dried up in the second half. He is yet to make one after knocking down 3 before halftime.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Now, here is Martin. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And here's George for 3. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
He knocked one deep ball in the first half, but you start to get the feeling he's finding his rhythm out there now.
The shot by Wade, wide open. Another 3 for Cleveland.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
It's tipped. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Filipowski, he's checked in for Walker Kessler. Williams comes in for Martin. Colin Sexton, he's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And it's Collier in for Keontae George. And so here's Cleveland after Colin Sexton's miss. Merrill finds Okoro, and no good that time. Jazz trailed by 18. Outside, Sexton.
Kick it out! Kick it out!
And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Their work from beyond the arc has been to highlight a lot of threes, finding the bottom of the bucket. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Not just playing selflessly, but also making a smart decision with the ball.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. So on the floor for Cleveland, we've got Sam Merrill, Isaac Okoro out there with Hunter. Then there's Garland. And it's Wade in at the 5. Sends the ball no good. Back to Garland. Oh, Hunter in position. Williams with the block. Pass to Collier. No good on the 3. The Cavaliers leading by 16. Here's a Okoro. Williams with the block. Sexton the pass to Collier. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Yeah, first turnover of the game. Overall, though, he's been rock solid. Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
And looking at that replay again, just a big-time block right there.
And that has got to help the morale of this team. Let's see if that sets up a run here.
Now, here's Wade. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Pass to Collier. Back to Sexton. Kessler screen on Hunter. Inside. Kessler passes to Sexton. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Hunter on the wing. The Cavaliers again can't hit. Jazz trailed by 16. Outside Williams. Releases. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Cavaliers have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. He knows every possession is critical now. For the Jazz, Martin's checked in for Williams. Clarkson comes in for Colin Sexton. And Georgia subbed in for Collier. Cleveland also making some changes. Javonte Green, he's checked in for Wade. And it's Mitchell in for Sam Merrill. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kenny Atkinson had some words for his team during the break, and he was real calm during the timeout. He was smiling when he told the team, we're up. Game plan is working. Go out there and have fun. It's always fun when you're up late. Guys?
Thank you, David. So it's Utah now. After the Cavaliers pick up 3. Kessler screen on Mitchell. And that one good from Clarkson.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
The Cavaliers leading by 14. Pass to Okoro. Now Green. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Clarkson. It's deflected.
And putting that 7'2" wingspan to good use. Hunter can be an elite defender if he keeps working at it.
Tries to keep it alive. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Martin. The Jazz making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And Cleveland also making a change. Allen's checked in for Okoro.
Come to me.
And here is Hunter. 5 on the clock. There's Green with the 3. Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Williams kicks to George. It's blocked. Right side, Garland. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Cavaliers lead by 17.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
For Cleveland, they've gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Now, here is George.
Right here.
Stolen by Garland. Outside, Green. Offensive rebound. Allen with the screen for Green. Into the lane. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Greg, every year we have the Best Teammate Award. What are some of those qualities that you admire in a great teammate?
You know, Kevin, you want guys who make you better and who make it fun to come to work every day. In the end, teammates are like family. So trust, commitment, and just enjoying being with one another, it matters.
And the Jazz making a change here. Juzang's checked in. Both free throws good from Green. When you compare, Richard, the NBA to the other major sports leagues, you have to be proud of the way things are run.
The NBA is a global league that focuses on global expansion, more so than any other major sport in the United States. And when it comes to the players, there isn't a league that treats their players better.
At the line for Utah, Jordan Clarkson taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Good on both. Here's Garland. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Oh, going inside and fighting for the bucket. That's what you want. You want a person that's going to fight for those inches.
Here's Clarkson. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14. And so Garland will bring it up for Cleveland. Outside, Green. Pass to Hunter. Williams with the block. And that'll be Cleveland as it goes out of bounds. Cavaliers retain possession. Jerome, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Off the inbound. And Allen with the layup. And the Cavaliers lead by 21.
Fantastic work from Allen, taking the contact on the chin, burying the shot.
Williams passes to Clarkson. Castleura screen on Mitchell. Clarkson for 3. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Those are some hustle points, really bonus points when you put in a miss.
Jerome passes to Allen. Here's Mitchell. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
It's the strength of Mitchell, one of the strongest guards we might have ever seen.
To the middle, it's stolen by Allen. And Mitchell with a clear path to the hoop. Basket good. Mitchell's got 12 points here in the second half.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Clarkson passes to George. Castleura screen on Mitchell. Shot's good by Clarkson. Clarkson's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Clever on-ball decision by Clarkson, using the pick to get himself free for that one.
Right at the free throw line. Not enough on that one as it misses. Jazz trailed by 21. George with the ball. Outside Williams. All sorts of time, and there's another one for the Jazz.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Now, here's Garland. Knocks down the three ball.
And with that three, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Pass to George. Back to Clarkson. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That'll be his second foul of the game. Well, a lot of former NBA players have a hard time, RJ, giving credit to current NBA stars. Why do you think that is?
I think so quickly we don't hold next generation to the same standard as prior generations. I don't get into all of that stuff about who is better and who is greater. I just focus on the growth of the game.
At the line for the Jazz, George. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And George drops them both. Cleveland leading by 20. Pass to Okoro. Garland with the screen for Okoro. The three-pointer off the mark.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Now Kessler. Covered by Mitchell. Outside for George. Kessler a screen on Garland. The shot by George, no good. Well, Cleveland shooting 44% in the fourth. The offense with some ups and downs. Pass to Okoro. A basket good off the assist from Allen. Allen's got 3 assists in the game. And Will Hardy calls timeout here. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Present our New Balance Player of the Game, Evan Mobley.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
This was a big game for him. There's no denying that, coming off a bunch of losses in a row. They turned to him to break the streak, and he delivered in a big way. Out to the wing. Filipowski passes to Sexton. There's Collier. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Collier's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Garland. Filipowski grabs the board. Jazz trailed by 20. Pass to Williams. Here's Collier. Greg, a lot of parity around the NBA. You think fans like that?
It's a great question, Kevin. And there are trade-offs, but as a league, you've got to foster competition and live with the results. And the reality is, doesn't it feel better when there are more teams that have a legitimate chance to win it all?
And that one is good. And the Cavaliers lead by 19.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
Now here's Williams. High post, Kessler. Over Allen. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Pass to Jerome. Back to Garland. Merrill with the ball. There's a good screen. Mobley. The three-pointer, no good. Utah's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Cleveland.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And counting tonight's game on the season, they'll now have won 57 games this year.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief two-gamer.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Evan Mobley.
He really managed to shine on both ends of the floor, finding lots of opportunities to affect the game and make an impact.
And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony and our reporter David Aldridge and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. And now our player of the game, Evan Mobley.